get a higher.
Good evening, everybody. Oh, I forgot my whiskey. Fuck. Sorry everybody, how's it going? Good evening. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, I've had a busy day. Very, very productive day. How's everyone doing? Also had a very nice ride on the motorcycle today. Dude, it was 18 degrees Celsius in the UK. 18 degrees Celsius. It was so nice, dude. Holy shit. Good day, sir. How you doing, dude? Star-Lord. Hello, Bicycle. Lego. Asgard. BB. How's everyone doing? Marcus. Hello. Zastaba. Tom's giveaway bot. Alexis. Yeah, it was actually, when I got on the motorcycle, it cooled down very quickly. But when I got on the motorcycle this afternoon, it was 18 degrees. Yeah. This is the first time I've logged into Star Citizen in forever, dude. No, dude, it was 18 degrees and blue skies. I was absolutely fucking flying on the motorbike, dude. In fact, I almost overcooked a bend. you know that moment when you're halfway through a bend and you're like, oh shit, I need to slow down. Yeah, I had that feeling today. That was nice. And it would, you know that the scary thing is that bend has a pretty significant drop if you overcook it. All right, joysticks in position. I didn't check out the PTU last night. No, I was too busy. I did see the submarine kill today, yeah. Oh, I'm in prison. Holy shit, dude. I'm about to become reformed. Wonder how I ended up in prison, dude. Howdy ho. Yeah, apparently I'm a griefer. Crazy, dude. Do you guys see that Congress is going to vote on the war?
Attention. Please direct your attention.
So now they're not referring to it as a war. They're referring to it, and I quote, as a, and I quote, wait for it. You've heard this before. That's right. A special military operation. Dude, holy shit, bro. You can't make it up. Despite the special military operation being run by the Department of War. And Pete Hegseth yesterday gave a speech. You know, Pete Hegseth, you know, the guy who runs the Department of War. And he referred to it multiple times as a war. Bro. Holy shit, dude. Fuck me. I don't know what this timeline is that we're living in right now, dude. It's so strange, man. They cocking Iran pretty good, to be honest. Well, yes, dude. It's like attacking a fucking caveman, bro. Of course they're fucking up Iran. You know what America has, for example? Stealth aircraft. Do you know what Iran has? Not stealth aircraft. F-35 got its first air-to-air kill today. Nice. Maybe they should rename it to the Department of Special Military Operations. Yeah. Poland has announced they're going to start working on nukes now as well. So that's nice. Let's go. You get a nuke, and you get a nuke, and you get a nuke. Let's go. That does actually make me happy. Yeah, I do. I would actually like to see more European countries with. There needs to be an umbrella over Europe, dude. We cannot just rely on the UK and France. We're gonna take Aurora out. don't know which one's the right one. One of these is set up. Where's the international law? Let me let you into a little secret. International law doesn't apply anymore. The rule of law has literally just been thrown out. Russia just ignores the norm, right? Now America's, you know the one country that's actually kind of like, you know, not tearing up international law. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Fucking China. Like, come on, bro. They need to do something. They need to they need to catch up. Maybe they could invade like Russia or something, you know. That'd be fun. Ah, bro. The Dutch today defended our RAF bases at Cyprus. Thank you to the Dutch. I mean, China invading Russia would just be China taking their land back, to be fair. Dude, this bug with the ASOP terminals drives me nuts. Oh, man. North Korea next. Dude, look, I talked a lot about this yesterday. I think a lot of people seem to think North Korea is like a small, like, African nation with a small militia or something. North Korea, they have a lot of fucking weaponry. They are a world leader in artillery production. I'll be honest with you, that's not a, and they would flatten Seoul, the South Korean capital, just absolutely flatten it. Like, it doesn't matter how like amazing your weaponry is, South Korea would never be able to knock out all of the artillery before that city is flattened. True, if that's a good point, dude. They could literally just bomb North Korea with porn, bro. Didn't even think about that. You're a master strategist, Marcus. You should work for the CIA. That's the type of shit they would do. People forget that North Korea does business with other countries and spends like 95% of its time, effort, and money on making weapons. It can just, yeah, exactly. This is the thing. A lot of people kind of look at North Korea like they look at Iran, right? They see countries with very poor economies and, you know, some people, right? And they seem to equate that to, you know, their militaries being the same, right? Well, the reason the people are starving is because the government spends all the fucking money on the military, all right? Like, holy shit. All right. I don't know why I'm running around. It was an Aurora. I finished claiming like 15 minutes ago. Is this going to be the right Aurora? Argo Moth. What the fuck is the Argo Moth? I've already forgotten, dude. Fuck. North Korea wouldn't win against most countries, but North Korea would absolutely flatten South Korea. Again, South Korea has incredible military technology. What North Korea has is more conventional weaponry. And as we have learned in Ukraine, and as we are now going to start learning... By the way, you know the countries that neighbor Iran right now, a lot of them are reporting they're completely out of Patriot missiles. All right. So, it's great. It's great having incredible weaponry if you can keep it armed. All right. And this is the thing, like countries like North Korea, as long as they can survive that initial salvo, all right, with contemporary weaponry, then they good, all right? Here's the thing. I'm seeing reports again today that the US is still knocking out air defenses in Iran, right? And still knocking out missile launchers in Iran. This was supposed to be over in a few days. Exactly, velocity, yeah. Talked a lot about that over the last few days. Now 2 to 3 weeks tops. Well, once we start seeing fighting on the ground, you let me know, all right? What guns are on this? Fuck all. Oh no, we might be good. We might be good. Hey, Jom, how you doing, dude? And here's the thing, right? Now American Congress is going to vote on this war. All right. Which, dude, I swear to God, if Trump is forced to pull out, giggity, that would actually be worse. Wait, where's my head tracking? Hey. Dude, I'm gonna be flying like a baby, dude. I've not done this in so long. I really can't see nukes being used. The only way I could ever see nukes being used is if a country that has nukes is backed into a corner. All right.
Thank you.
Dude, I haven't used my left hand for anything since the last time I flew a ship in Star Citizen. This feels weird. My left hand feels so crusty. Why the crusty? I just haven't used it for anything, dude. By the way, make sure you get your tickets in for the giveaway because we have to draw it today. Who knows? I might not play Star Citizen for like another month after this. I have no idea. Nobody cares about that ship. Hang on, which one? Are we on about the one that got torpedoed today? I mean, it was spectacular. That's about it. Like actually seeing a modern day torpedo being used? Jesus Christ, dude. Turn down the music a little bit. just realized I don't have kick chat. Where's my kick chat? Kick chat. Connect to kick. Allow access. There we go. Fixed it. Jesus Christ, I have not missed Star Citizen, dude. Holy shit. Oh, hi, John. How's it going, dude? Welcome in. Regime is going down, mark my words. Hmm? Yeah, how many days has it been? Hang on, I have the perfect meme for this. I have the perfect meme for this. Hang on. Wait for it. Hang on. Hold on to your hats. Thanks, Alexis. I gotta be honest with you, when I opened it, I burst out laughing in front of and my sister laughed as well. Oh, man. All regimes go down eventually. Can you give us a timetable? Yep. Man, these special military operations, dude, they spread in. Well, we might as well take a look at the news. There's a nationwide power outage in Iraq, and the US is once again telling everyone to leave Iraq. Shit is going down in Iraq. Shit's going down in Bahrain. Shit's going down in Afghanistan. Like shit, dude. Man, I love server errors. They give me so much time to update myself. Game's on fire. I can't get an inventory on my character. Server errors. List goes on. That's fine. We'll just fill the void with this. American citizens in the UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Israel to receive departure assistance information from the Department of State about, hey, you know what would have been nice if Trump didn't cut funding to the Department of State by half, all right? That would have probably been nice. Amid heightened security risks, ordered departure of non-emergency government staff. Americans in Iraq are strongly urged to leave as soon as safely possible. This special military operation is going great, boys. Let's go. Oh, I see. I still can't look through this fucking window in the Aurora. Fantastic. What's going on? I don't know what all my buttons do, dude. Oh, shit. Bad guys just spawned. Oh, dude. I'm red. What? Was that from the NPC? Bro. Fucking rude. Whoa, dude. What's going on with the moon? Why does it look like hot chocolate? Aberdeen, the forbidden hot chocolate. Climb for shit. Oh, holy shit. Oh my god, dude. My life flashed before my eyes. I feel like a Yak 130 pilot, dude. Holy shit. Just kidding. Yak 130 pilots have no clue there's a missile coming towards them. Oh my god, dude, this is atrocious. Oh, Jesus Christ, bro. Stop it. I'm gonna be out of ammo before I kill this thing, dude. Jeez Louise. Man, I'm so glad I took a break. This is awful. What? Got him. Fucking got him. I mean, that's not desync. That's the server hitching, or like one of the servers in the infrastructure somewhere locking up. You've got to be shitting me, dude. It took me that long to kill one. Go back to the World War III podcast. I mean, we can casually talk about World War III while I'm chilling, right? They'll never stop coming. Yeah, they're like Iranian jihadists, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got some whiskey. I forgot. Let's go. Love the world conquest for water. You know what? I actually watched a video about Tehran today because I don't really know a huge amount about Tehran. And Jesus Christ, dude, I completely understand why they have water issues. Because fuck me, dude, their population just exploded. And also, they built the city on top of a mountain. I don't know, I just geographically doesn't seem that smart. Let me go get repaired. I think I got hit by one stray bullet and now my hull is ren. Yeah. World War III will be fought over water. I mean, I live in fucking Wales, dude, so I'm good. I also keep a bucket of water in the back garden, so, you know, it's a little bit green, but it'll be fine. Bucket. Man, I actually set route, dude. Did they finally fix it? Dude, I cannot see. I literally can't see what this is. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that'll do. How you doing, Tumblerino? Noodle, why are you in an Aurora? Why wouldn't I be in an Aurora? Should we be concerned? The Aurora's fucking hilarious fun, dude. What the fuck is the problem with the Aurora? It just got a rework, dude. It's the new meta. Yeah, there's also an Aurora. That's only a rumor. Like, CIG did kind of like... kind of drop a hint, but it's still only a rumor. I hope we get an Aurora Mark II, though. I love the Aurora. With the fold-out dragonfly wings. That'd actually be sick. Wasn't a rumor. Disco said it straight up. Oh, nice. Cool, dude. Well, as long as it has the dragonfly wings, I'll be happy. I'll be honest with you, I have no clue what to do in the game anymore. Oh, pardon me. It's funny, I'm back to doing the same shit that I did in 2.6. Roaming around, looking for things to shoot. See, this Alliance Aid shit is still going on. How much kilometers is considered too much for a motorcycle? When the engine stops working. I'm aiming for 100,000 miles on my GS. Once it's above about like 60,000, that's when shit starts to get a little bit ropey. But as long as you like really keep on top of maintenance, you're good. My sister, yeah, 100,000 miles. What's the problem? My sister, we've organized them to go visit our cousin, and she wants to go on the motorbike. She's never been on the back of my motorbike before. But for some resale value, I mean, it depends on your, like, dude, do you really think that your local economy is the same as mine? Like, you would have to check your local economy. It's different everywhere. I look at the price of bikes in America and it fucking blows my mind, dude. It's ridiculous. Because it comes down to not just like the local economy, but like how popular are motorbikes, right? Because if it's a country where motorbikes are really popular, then you're going to see motorbikes with higher mileage be worth more, right? If you live in a country where almost no one rides a motorbike, I'm not even exaggerating when I say I see on the motorcycle subreddit people buying and selling motorbikes with like 5,000 miles on them, and I'm like, have you even ridden? Like, holy shit, dude. So yeah, it's not really a question I can answer. You'd have to go and look at, like, go to a website that sells secondhand motorcycles and see what they're going for. We have opened the hotfix channel with client/DGS hotfixes to resolve crashes with the latest NVIDIA drivers. I haven't downloaded the latest yet. NPCs cowering around landing zones. Fantastic. Streaming out locations causing inventory to disappear. You know what? Let's download the hotfix, dude. That sounds quite nice, actually. Dude, why didn't I just, like, refresh it? We're on 15. I'm about to hit 20,000, dude. Hotfix. Let's go. All right, let's pause. Why can I? God, I really had to use my fuck. Dude, that's how long it's been since I fucking played. Let me close this. Yeah, there was 1,500 miles on the bike when I bought it. Have you, what mileage do you need to get your valves done? Does mine need doing? No clue. Well, I hate to say it, dude, but you're about to be due. Actually, no, you've done 15,000, so you're good. So every 18,000 to 20,000. So get your wallet ready, bro. Is here to get my valves done at not BMW is about £600. That's a small, like, motorcycle workshop around the corner. I might have a crack at it myself. Because I need to do the spark plugs anyway. What do they do? Change them? No, so they just need to check the valve clearance, and if the valve clearance is outside of the specific threshold for the engine, they have to adjust them. And if you don't get the valves checked, you could end up with the valve getting bent and your engine seizing and just completely fucking ruining your engine. So you gotta get it done. Like I've been so stressed out about mine because mine was actually due 1,000 miles ago. But the thing is, you can actually you can kind of tell when the valves need doing, because either you start to lose power or you start to hear a ticking sound from the engine, depending on which way it needs to be adjusted. Hey Magion, how you doing, dude? But yeah, next time you take it to be serviced, yeah, that's probably the next thing they'll have to do, I would imagine. Like, that'll be part of the service. So yeah, it's probably going to be an expensive service. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just kind of chilling. We're just checking out the hotfix channel. I did see it, BB, yeah. If you look closely, you can see a guy walking exactly where the torpedo went off just before it explodes. Apparently, they picked like 130 people out of the water or something. I mean, to be fair, losing 3 F-15s in the grand scheme of things for America isn't like that big of a deal, right? But it's still a pretty substantial loss. And if the A-10 can do its job better, why aren't they using the A-10 in Iran? Because
Huzzah!
Because Central Command literally gave out a list of aircraft that had been used, and the A-10 wasn't on the list, dude. Oh, only read 30. Oh, maybe it was only 32 then, because it was somebody else that told me that it was 132, and maybe they just misread. A-10 is dog shit garbage. The A-10, historically, I would have agreed with you. You know what? No, I do actually agree with you. Because what I was going to say was, historically, I would agree with you because historically, the A-10 used to have really, really bad situational awareness. And that's what actually led to an American pilot killing a whole bunch of British troops in Afghanistan. But they have actually updated the A-10, so they have way better situational awareness now. But the problem that I see with the A-10 right now is because of its speed, because it's subsonic. I would argue it's actually potentially really vulnerable to drone attacks. And the thing is, we've not really seen the A-10 getting used anywhere yet in this kind of like drone age, and my game's locked up. And the thing is, like, in terms of like value for money, right? If you put the gun aside for the A-10, the Sky Warden carries exactly the same ordnance as an A-10. Considerably cheaper, right? Better loitering time. Yeah, it again, it has had updates, but yeah, I don't know. I think there's a reason we're not seeing them be used, you know. Aurora. I've never been that much of an A-10 fanboy, I'll be honest. I think they look awesome and they sound amazing when they fire. But another issue with the A-10 is like its systems, right, are like a mishmash of loads of different systems from different aircraft that just don't really, like, the A-10 is so complicated to use compared to other aircraft, like really complicated. I started to learn the A-10 in DCS. I was like, oh, dude, this is too much, bro. I give up. It was the first aircraft I tried to learn. I was like, nah, man, this is just insane. Nope. Is it from the 70s? I mean, every aircraft, right? Like, here's the thing, right? The B-52, right? We got B-52s flying that are like 60 odd years old, right? And the reason for that is because all aircraft constantly get updated. Right. Actually, a bit prosy. Because the 15, yeah, you know what? I actually jumped into the F-15 the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna learn it. And about 5 minutes in, I was like, I'm gonna go fly the F-16 now. Like, the F-16 is so easy to use, dude. Anyone who wants to get into DCS, the F-16, dude. The F-16 is just so good. Really, like, any aircraft in DCS is if you're starting from scratch, you do have a lot to learn. But out of all the aircraft, I genuinely think the F-16 is the easiest to learn. You damn crayon eater. Yeah, that's me. Fucking proud of it, dude. Oh man. And those also, you know what's fucking insane, right? Get this. The 3 F-15s that were shot down, right? They were shot down by a Kuwaiti F-18 with an ex-American Navy pilot. The only thing I can think of is that Israel and the US hadn't shared their IFF codes. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, the F-8, dude, the F-15 takes so long to refuel, dude. It's insane. But it does fly forever. All right. Like, it stays in the air for so long. And you can afterburn in it for ages. The moment I'm in DCS, if I'm in the F-16 and I'm being chased by an F-15, I start shitting myself. Especially if I'm low on fuel. I just try to either fight or get friendlier defenses. Shit, I didn't check the NPCs. The F-15 is a beast. Have you guys seen the F-15 that landed with one wing? Like, this is not AI. This is how much fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Uplift. The F-15 it's absolutely fucking insane, dude. And you know what's crazy is that the pilot that this happened to, they didn't realize the wing was gone until they got out of the aircraft. Because there was like so much smoke and like fuel and shit coming out the wing, right? They couldn't visibly see. Oh, pardon me. There's a really good interview with the I can't remember whose channel it's on now. Yeah, I've seen an interview with that pilot. I've seen an interview with the Black Hawk pilot from Black Hawk Down, which is really interesting. I've seen an interview with the guy who inspired the Goose moment from Top Gun. Who's the I forgot his name. Who's the F-14 Rio on YouTube? What's his name? I haven't watched his stuff for a while. I'm pretty sure it's his channel I saw most of these interviews on. Yeah, Mooch. Yeah. German Foreign Intelligence Service, BND, assesses that Russia is considerably manipulating its economic data. You know what? It's really funny. I watched a video about this last night, especially when releasing its deficit. According to the BND. Yeah, so I watched a video about this last night. Oh, actually, maybe it was this morning. It might have been Jake. No, it wasn't Jake Bro. I know exactly who it was from. I always forget his name. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go.
There's a simple principle that can help anyone understand Russia a lot more clearly. And it's a principle that a lot of people understand when it comes to individuals, but it turns out it also applies to countries and to nation states. And the principle is this. Often, the harder someone works to appear wealthy on the outside,
I may skip bits because it's a 26-minute video.
the poorer that
In fact, let me
confidence that doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Russia has gone out of their way to try to look wealthier than they are throughout their entire war because they're insecure. And these very mechanisms that they have used to try to appear more wealthy on the outside are now catching up with them. And they have made Russia inherently, objectively more unstable. That's now manifesting itself in several ways, but most importantly, it's manifesting itself in the fact that Russia is now running a large budget deficit. A budget deficit that is projected to triple just this year. And as you'll see in this video, even that projection is being extremely generous to Russia. And in reality, it will probably be magnitudes worse than the projection says. Now, before we get into the mechanics and the specifics of that budget deficit, which are extremely interesting, I first want to just explain why it's so significant. And the way
Alec, Russia, you know, one of the countries that produces the most oil in the world. They're good, dude. They don't need to get oil from Iran. They're good, dude.
you can think about this is that this budget deficit...
In fact, they have so much oil right now because of sanctions that all their storage facilities are full. And they keep exploding for some reason.
...is a new symptom of an underlying economic disease that Russia contracted a long time ago. And if you understand the analogy, you'll understand that often in our bodies, when we contract a disease, that disease doesn't immediately take us down. Sometimes we can exist in a state where we're not even showing any symptoms, but that disease is quietly growing, quietly taking us down without us knowing it. Then that disease can begin to show symptoms. Maybe this is an early stage of the disease, but those symptoms themselves don't actually take us down. It's actually the symptoms that we see later on in the disease that ultimately end up killing the body. And in all sorts of diseases like cancer, if you get a stage 1 diagnosis, it's bad, but it's not necessarily
their
fatal.
refineries are getting absolutely slapped, dude. Somewhere I've got a bingo chart that has them all on.
Or a stage 5 diagnosis, it's potentially a lot more fatal. And in the case of Russia, we can think of this growing budget deficit as a much later stage symptom in their economic disease. Because what it is it is finally the manifestation of problems showing up on the surface that we've been warning about and talking about for a long time. There's a lot of things that won't necessarily kill an economy, they just indicate that there's a problem. A budget deficit, especially in a country like Russia, is a different story. A large budget deficit is something that can ultimately lead to the death of an economy. And a lot of times Russia will downplay the significance of their budget deficit by pointing, for example, to the United States. And they'll say, well, the United States has a much worse budget deficit, so we as the Russians have nothing to worry about. But that is a fundamental misunderstanding because Russia and the United States exist in two completely different economic systems. And the same is also true of comparing Russia to pretty much any other major economy, for example, a European economy that might have a larger budget deficit than Russia does. You see, the main problem with a budget deficit is this. A government has to pay their bills, and a budget deficit is basically just a government not having enough money to pay their bills. They have to get money to pay those bills somehow, and typically in the short term, there's only a couple ways they can do that. The first is by getting somebody to loan them money, which is by selling a bond, or they can cover the deficit by printing more money and basically having it appear out of thin air and causing inflation across the entire economy.
Yeah, what paying attention to Russia's inflation rate is really interesting, because where's the inflation rate? So there were two types of inflation rate they should really pay attention to. There's the general inflation rate, but then there's the food inflation rate, because the food inflation rate tends to give more away. But look at this, dude. All right, their inflation rate was really exploding, and then it's dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped. Kind of gives an indicator that something's going on, all right? And he talks about that here.
And in the case of the United States, though we have a very large budget deficit, we actually have a pretty stable level of inflation, because typically speaking, people are willing to continue lending money to the United States by buying US bonds. In the case of Russia, that's not true. Russia is a country at war. Russia is a country with an inherently unstable economy that is run by corrupt oligarchs. And people aren't exactly lining up to loan money to the Russians with the expectation that they'll actually be paid back in the future with something that has actual value. And so now that Russia is reaching large levels of budget deficits, they're going to have to fast forward to the eventuality that the United States is having a slow progression towards. They're going to have to fast forward very soon to much faster inflation. So with that in mind, let's now talk about the scale of Russia's budget deficit and how big it actually is. And there's two numbers to look at here, one of which we can know as a fact as the low estimate, and then there's the higher actual reality, because there's the number that Russia actually admits to, and reality is obviously a lot worse. And it's not just speculation that reality is worse. You can see it pretty clearly when you just look at the data for literally like a second. And we can never know how bad reality actually is. That is the nature of how Russia runs their financial system. But we can know it's extremely bad if they're admitting to a budget deficit, because it means that they see a trend that they cannot completely disguise. And so they at least have to admit to the existence of the trend, sort of like how Iran, when there were an estimated 20 to 30,000 protesters killed in the recent protests that happened in the country was forced to admit that they killed 3,000, which was a much lower number than reality, because they knew they couldn't say they didn't kill anybody, because it's just not believable. That's the same case when it comes to Russia's budget. So what Russia admits to as far as their budget deficit is that when they went into 2026, they were planning on a deficit of around 1.6% of their GDP, which isn't so bad, it's rather modest. But they admit that they've now been forced to triple that forecast, and they're now expecting a budget deficit of around 4.5% of GDP. And the reason they cite for that is falling oil revenues, which turns out to be much worse than their projections. Russia is basically projecting that going into 2026, their oil revenues are going to fall because there's going to be less demand for the quantity of the product that they can sell. They're factoring in the fact that India is purchasing less Russian oil, all of these things. And so they know demand is going to be less than they projected.
Yeah, earlier on, a couple of years ago, India was buying oil like crazy from Russia. But what I think was happening was, I think they were buying it to fill their strategic reserves. And now those strategic reserves are full. They don't really need to buy like they were.
But there's something deceptive here. Russia's budget, to balance the budget, is based on a sales price of $66 per barrel for a barrel of Urals crude. In reality, though, the sales price for a barrel of Urals crude is like 35 to 44 US dollars. So it's like 2/3 of what they actually projected, but it's even worse than that. Because when you drop the sales price by 1/3, you're not just losing 1/3 of the revenue you projected, because there's costs associated with a barrel of oil, and there's a break-even price on a barrel of oil. And that break-even price, I don't actually remember it precisely off the top of my head. I think the last I looked, it was around $35. Whatever it is, the math, you'll still see how it works. So let's say you're selling a barrel of oil for $35. Russia is only breaking even at that price. They're not actually making any money to go to their federal budget. If they sell it for $44, they're not getting $44 per barrel. They're getting a profit of $9 per barrel. If they sell it at $66, they're getting a profit of $31 per barrel. So actually their profits from 66 to 44 are more than 3 times higher. And so Russia's budget, already with a deficit, is projecting that they're going to sell oil at a price that is 3 times more profitable than the price they're actually going to get in reality. Which means their actual budget deficit, I honestly just don't feel like doing the math here on screen, it's potentially massive. It's potentially over 50% when you consider the actual price they can sell their oil for, not their projected price. Now, they might be helped out a little bit here by the war in Iran, which might reduce global oil supplies. We'll see what happens. They're still not going to get to that $66 per barrel number. So what we see is that even in their best case, the budget deficit that Russia admits to is already pretty crippling, and reality is probably far worse than their best case. But as you'll see, it gets even worse than what I've just described with the oil price discrepancy. Because there's something else going on in Russia that's not typically true of other countries. And it's a reason why you can't do a one-to-one comparison of the Russian federal budget, for example, to the US
It won't save their economy. I see it's a drop in the barrel, dude. Please excuse the pun.
federal budget. And that reason has to do with the vast majority of Russia's debts, the vast majority of their deficits. They actually
Like, it'll help, but it won't make a
disguise
difference.
in a pretty dastardly way. And as you'll see, things get much worse for Russia. I'm going to talk about it a lot, but really quick, I want to pause to talk about the sponsor who made
Oh, dear. If you wanna, yeah, here's the link. If you wanna continue listening and see how it gets worse for Russia. Dude, I just don't know what to do in game, dude. Can't wait for Rock Cracker. Give me something to do. New content. Where's the alert? Fledger, dude, thank you for the resub. I don't know where the fucking alert is. Why didn't it go off? What? Dude, all my alerts are so messed up. Where's an arrow? Bunch of ships. The flashlight was causing the crashes on NVIDIA? No way, dude. Man, I wish they'd fix this. Oh, I see a dead body. What? We've temporarily disabled bounce lighting for flashlights to work around the crash. Smart. Good job, NVIDIA. Let's go around the other side. Man, if only I could jump to something. There we go. Might start a YouTube channel that plays nothing but delivery people throwing my packages. Dude, I'd be so annoyed. Oh Lord, they coming. Ah, shit, my audio is still turned down. Die, scum. Remember when Ping used to light up ships, highlight ships? I miss that, dude. Oh, so loud. Mossad hacked Tehran's Hajib enforcement cameras. Yeah, I know about that, yeah. We're talking about people who blew up hundreds, or an organization that blew up hundreds of people using bombs inside of pages. And tracked people using dental implants. Hey Joe, how you doing, dude? You're right. Where the play is that? Where's everyone at? Where do people hang out these days? Maybe I should go to Grimhex. Let's go to Crusader. Never mind then. Dude, imagine...
Gentlemen, synchronize your bucket.
Imagine being able to set a route. Jesus Christ, dude. Bro, just let me set a fucking route. Close enough. Holy shit, dude. I have not missed playing this game, I'll be honest with you. Try again. How can I still not set fucking route, dude? The fuck? Oh, I can set route to Yalla though. Fuck me, dude. What? Alright, so. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can go to Yalla, just can't go to Crusader, you know? I need to add this guy to my list. Oh, fuck's sake. South Africa, a close ally of the murderous regime in Tehran, which slaughtered thousands of its own citizens, just organized another distorted anti-Israel meeting of the Hague Group. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hearts and minds. We're winning the hearts and minds. They're gonna come out onto the street and fight any minute now. Any minute now. Right, where's okay, but it, even though I'm here, it's still, the route is still set to Yalla. It hasn't completed the route, so now I have to cancel it to be able to jump anywhere. What a time to be alive, dude. Just why don't the Spanish want to be part of this beautiful peace effort? You know, in Trump's first year, you know Trump, the guy who leads the Board of Peace? He's bombed 7 different countries in his first year as president, re-elected president. Board of Peace. Let's go. No, I'm going to set my spawn point here. I haven't been here for a while. I hear Grimhex is very friendly. Turks who came back from Iran told Reuters Tehran felt deserted. I mean, yeah. You know, it's funny. Kyiv also felt or looked pretty deserted in the first couple of weeks of the Russian invasion. Dude, there's baddies around. Be careful. Oh, missiles. I saw a hawk. That must be a bounty hunter. So, I'm in SCM mode. Where are my shields? Why is it not letting me land? I think there's a server error. Ah, shit. Imagine world peace. Boring, isn't it? True. True. Please, no attack. I still can't request landing. Oh, wait, no, it did. It just didn't give me the voice line. Okay, I'm an idiot. How silly of me. Wait, I saw the marker for it. Oh, I'm in the queue now. What the fuck? I saw a marker. Sub 100 IQ. Bro, look. Do we really need to bring this up? I tried my best, okay? And that's all that counts. Nothing else matters. Ooh, we can land. Look at that. The door's already open, dude. That's convenient. Oh, look at me go, dude. Ow, fuck. Somebody in my global chat asked the question, servers are fucked up. They must be new. Putin suggesting Russia could stop supplying oil to Europe. Please, dude. Please. Let's go. Don't threaten me with a good time, daddy. And they're a gun. I hear shooting. What on earth? I'm here and I'm not even a criminal. Returned I have. Congratulations. Welcome back. God damn. Look at this griefing happening, dude. Can't even see where it's coming from. Imagine if there were VFX for the lasers so I could work out where the shots were coming from. That would be amazing. Did they ever fix this? Hang on, let me, before I forget. Transfer imprint. Did they ever fix this door? Nope. Oh, shit. Shit. It got worse. It got worse. Shit. God damn it. Why, dude? Bro, what a game. I've never played anything like it. Stand up, you imbecile. I can't stand up. Fucking great, dude. Did they ever fix anything? Yeah, the website was broken several weeks ago and that's working now. Jesus. I should have just backspaced, dude. I don't lose my shit if I, what am I on about, dude? I should have just backspaced. Would have been way quicker than reloading the whole game. Oh man, I'm hungry. I should have eaten before I started the stream. Enterprise is playing World of Warcraft. What the fuck? Let's have a look. Three Russian ships hit, 3 sailors killed in Ukrainian strikes on in the Black Sea port. SBU sources say, yeah, this is huge, dude. I heard that 1 had been hit. I didn't realize 3 had been hit. Holy shit. BBC reports that 200,000 Ukrainians in the United States are at risk of deportation. Are you fucking serious, dude? That's awful, dude. Rocket strikes hit US base in Erbil. Apparently, Putin fucking hates the short Putin meme. Feel like something's off with that report. What's off about the report? Please elaborate. Because I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I completely believe it. Do you know why I believe it? Because I've been following the news out of America for the last year. Nothing particularly, just feels wrong to me. Doesn't seem wrong to me at all. I've seen the US do some fucking atrocious stuff over the last year, dude. Seems off script. Why does it? It seems perfectly on script to me. Ah, that's what it is. So they have a 2-year parole to stay in the US, and the first one's expired last year. Yep. Okay, that makes perfect sense. There we go. That definitely seems on script. Ay. Yeah, I'm not here to discuss feelings. I'm here to state facts. Like it you know, it might happen, it might not happen, but we'll wait and see what happens. You know, once it does happen, that fucking sucks. All right. Like sending people back to a war zone. And it's completely on script with the type of shit that Trump's government has been doing over the last year. I've seen plenty of reports of Homeland Security sending people back to war-torn nations. Why would Ukrainians be any different? Okay. Feels weird to be taking off from here without crime stat. And there's a lot of dead ships though, so. Tone of the headline was a bit more extreme. I mean, I don't care about the headline. I care about what they're talking about. I think it's very important to kind of read past the headlines. A Hornet. All you spoke was the headline. Let me rephrase. To look past the headlines. And I am going off of, right, America's history when it comes to deportations. And the US's history when it comes to deportations over the last year has been fucking horrific, dude. I base a lot of my opinion off of pattern recognition. All right, you should probably do the same thing. It blows my mind that people, like, they see things happening. And this conflict in Iran right now is a really good example, right? They see a thing happening and they fail to see the pattern that has led up to this moment, and they seem to think it's going to be any different, right? That's my issue. Just look at what the government is doing, right? They're going to keep doing the thing that they've been doing for the last year, all right? They do whatever the fuck they want. Dude, I wish I was on the last server. There were so many people outside Grimhex. Ugh. This game feels so boring. And a couple of days ago, we were talking about protect. Are you fucking retarded, dude? Sorry to sound so brutal, right? But we're not talking about fucking criminals trying to cross a border, dude. We're talking about people who have been evacuated from a war-torn nation and were asked by America, come to America, we'll care for you. And now America wants to chuck them out. Don't come at me with the, oh, we were talking about protecting borders a couple of days ago. Don't be fucking stupid, dude. Don't throw that at me. It's a completely different scenario. The US invited Ukrainians to America because of a war that was happening, right? And the US has a duty of care. That's fucking insane, dude. And here's the thing, right? Your president, or sorry, the pedophile in chief, all right? He's complaining that countries like the UK don't want to support America with their illegal war in Iran when America is continuously doing shit like that. Why the fuck would we help you when America doesn't want to help anyone else? What? That really pissed me off, dude. Like, I really hate that shit. We went from Ukrainians to American history of deportation, much more general statement, and now back to Ukrainians. The whole conversation was about Ukrainians, dude. What are you on about? Did you not listen to anything I said, dude? Clearly not. I specifically said over the last year, right? The US has had a history of deporting people back to war-torn countries. So that is relevant to the conversation about Ukrainians, the people from a war-torn country. Can you not see the link in the chain? Don't call Good Days an idiot. And I apologize for calling you retarded. That was rude. It just really pissed me off. The thing is, this is the type of mindset that, like, a lot of people, they don't give a fuck about other people until a thing suddenly affects them. All right. And I take this super personally because I have Ukrainian friends. All right. And that could be my friends in that position. And as I've mentioned over the last few days, all right, especially with Trump talking about a third term, this has come up loads of times, right? This attitude of it probably won't happen, blah, 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 blah. right? Well, it's too late once it does happen. So it's good to have the conversation now. And it's not healthy to sit there and pretend like it's not going to happen when it could potentially happen. And there are conversations about it potentially happening. All right? The time to have the conversation about it is before it happens, not after. And once those people have been deported. All right? Where did the angry hornet go? Can't find him. Yeah. I think it's better if we just change the subject, honestly.
Who is your daddy?
Surprise motherfucker.
Hey, TT, how you doing? Wait, hang on. Do I call you what do I even call you? Blantz? Where is everybody? I assume the hornet that was chasing the... Oh. I assume the hornet that was chasing the
Who is your daddy?
was... Call me Black? Okay, I got you. Was a bounty hunter. Dude, I feel like my spatial awareness is really off because I haven't played for a while.
Who is your daddy?
Thank you for the bits, dude. My day is good. I've actually had a really productive day. Oh, by the way, I've applied for a job today that I really want. It's actually a less of a web development, like a local web development job, and more of a website content management job. Basically, it's for a...
Who is your daddy?
A local retailer. Like a very local retailer. They have like 2 stores and they mostly sell online. But it sounds so perfect for me because they it's a WordPress hosted website, although I'd probably try to encourage them to move away from that. And it's just managing the content, managing the website, managing the social media, just doing just kind of like all of that stuff bundled in. So fingers crossed. I sent them my CV and cover letter, but like my entire history is like perfect for the role. Annoyingly, you know that other job that I really, really wanted? I'm actually really pissed off that I spent so much time working on the application for it because they didn't even read past my qualifications.
Who is your daddy?
Even though on the... Sorry, I'll come back to you in a second. Even though on the job description, they said they would overlook the qualifications if you had relevant experience. Even though I have like 20 years of relevant experience in tutoring and training and IT engineering, they didn't even look past the qualifications. I was so fucking furious, dude. Didn't even get shortlisted for an interview, despite the experience. I wish I hadn't wasted my time. Norway, yeah, I saw that, dude. It's going to be every European country. And I'll be honest with you, I think the UK should as well. Because our nukes are Trident, right? And I don't think it is healthy for the safety of the UK to base our nuclear program off Trident. Oh, I don't know who it was that gifted the sub to the channel, but yeah, welcome in, dude. Welcome in. But yeah, super productive day. And then it was 18 degrees Celsius today, so I went out on the motorbike as well and had an absolute blast. I got my hour-long Zoomy. Yeah, exactly. Our entire nuclear program is US dependent, which is awful. So yeah, all of our it's basically a submarine based program, but they are US missiles. So yeah, it's incredibly reliant on the US working with us. Didn't see this number, dude. It's been so nice here today. Like as soon as the sun started going down, it got cold really quickly. But when the sun was up, the roads were dry. The sun was out, the skies were blue, and it was nice and warm. The thing is, when the roads are wet, despite riding a GS and having great traction control and stuff, I do take it easy. Also, when I stopped, there were no chicken strips on my tire at all, dude. Like, I got the bike right over onto its tipping point. Right onto the wall of the tire. Oh, the monthly is out? Okay, this will give us something to look at. What is up with these? Dude, what? Oh, this is the rock reflect. Dude, the reflections are so scuffed. What web platform do you recommend? I'll be honest with you. So most of my history is with Joomla. I have done a lot with WordPress as well, but in this day and age, honestly, so specifically for a small company, I would actually lean on a web hosting company that has a built-in template builder like Squarespace. And the reason I say that is because it puts all of the liability when it comes to security. It takes the liability away from you, essentially, right? And it server management, system administration, especially when it comes to web servers. What I have learnt working for a small charity, having done this before, is they have no clue, the management have no clue how much time and work goes into securing your systems. And they don't like you spending a huge amount of time doing that shit. But then if they don't let you do it and then something goes wrong and then you've breached GDPR, then the company's fucked, right? So, yeah, I personally, I would lean towards any sort of hosting that takes that away from you for a small company. If I was working for a much bigger company, then obviously, yeah, do your own system administration. But realistically, you want somebody dedicated to that system administration role. But this company, this job that I've applied for, the role is for web content, social media, stuff like that, right? So that's what they're going to want me spending the majority of the time working on, right? Not spending hours working on the back ends of Linux. Oh my gosh. want to be behind somebody else's fence. Exactly. For a web shop, I'd recommend. Yeah, you know what? I've heard a lot of good things about Shopify. Yeah. All right, let's have a look at the monthly report. All right. Go ahead and mute the game. So this is the PU monthly report for February 2026. AI content. The social AI team began the month bug fixing in support of Alpha 4.6 before looking to future releases. AI content worked alongside mission design to set up characters that players will meet in some of the new game loops. They also provided the initial setup and placeholder lines so the designers and directors can test the game flow with sample lines in place. This allows the writers to react and refine the dialogue, ensuring it's working in context and providing appropriate information. The team also continued to outline their prospect. Let me make this smaller, dude, because I'm fine. Dude, you know the only problem with like zooming in so you guys can see it? I fucking struggle to read it. When the text is so big, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but when the text is so big, I struggle. The team also continued to outline their prospective goals for the upcoming year and defined what would be needed from other teams to facilitate their implementation. AI features and tech. Last month, AI features and tech improved underground traversal for the Valakar, prototyping its future speeds. The creature's behavior was also updated, including linear acceleration and deceleration when traversing during combat. Oh, dude, yeah, that looks so much better. An issue was fixed with toy guns triggering weapon fire and bullet hit sound effects, which caused NPCs to cower. Accuracy calculations were also modified to give design better control over them. The team then improved how safe zones function within the global perception system, designed areas where players can rest or recoup without being detected by NPCs. Work was also done on integrating the voxel grid, which is currently in extensive QA/TR testing. Finally, the team began supporting refueling missions on the AI side. Supporting refueling missions on the AI side. Dude. Hey, First Tribes, how you doing, dude? Refueling doesn't even work right now, right? The last time I tried it, it didn't work. Is it fixed? Animation spent February improving assets for the Copian, while facial animation focused on the first performance capture shoot of the year. This was held at the end of February and captured numerous new characters. Trying to cram an entire semester worth of stuff into... Oh, dude, good luck. I'm so small brain, so smooth brain, dude. I couldn't do that, man. Like, I can only... I'm comfortable and so reliant on routine. Or more importantly, and this is where like the TISM comes in. It has to be something I'm really interested in. For me to be able to store knowledge, it has to be something that really interests me. It's why I've never done well academically. You talk to me about something that really interests me, right? And I might seem intelligent, right? But I couldn't. I can't do schooling, man. In the UK, the ship's team completed the art phases for the Aegis Hammerhead Gold Standard, with the ship moving to downstream teams for closeout. They then moved on to a related ship, which is approaching White Box. The Gattac Raylan passed its white box gate review and moved into grey box ahead of its planned release at Alien Week this year, with more artists joining the project to help build out assets for future Gattac ships. Good news today. Tallarico won the primary and will run for the Senate in Texas for the Dems. No. Oh, won the primary. Okay. Hammerhead variant is what I heard. Do a Hammerhead variant would be sick. Because the thing is, I love the aesthetic of the Hammerhead. It's just, it's a very limited role, that ship, right? It's essentially area of denial, right? Oh my gosh. But yeah, what would they do with where the turrets are, right? It'd look really weird. Yeah, I'm super curious as to what they do with it. Missile corvette with missile turrets? That'd be really boring, though. I don't know. Like, you're probably right, actually. It makes sense, but I feel like that would be a very disappointing ship. Salvage, lots of... Oh my god, dude. No, there's no way, bro. Hang on, I need a pee. I'll be right back. Keep thinking. I'll think about it while I pee. Sorry, I didn't think of anything. I spotted something sparkly on my bathroom floor and then just... I lost concentration. Ugh, what's this? Arab intelligence sources believe that the Houthis in Yemen are planning to attack vital targets inside of Saudi Arabia, according to Can News. Man, it's almost like something's happened that's destabilized the Middle East. Crazy. No, I didn't pee on the floor, dude. I haven't done that since I was like 32. Work also continued on the Grey Cat UTV. which had freshly captured enter and exit animations. Which had freshly captured enter and exit animations implemented. It's currently with downstream teams for completion. As soon as you opened it, I got an ad. Yeah, I was just saying, dude, it's almost like something happened in the Middle East that caused the whole of the Middle East to destabilize. It's crazy. Misk's upcoming hauler, the Hull B, continued towards its Lot Zero gate review. Tech art, dude, I'm excited for the Hull B coming. Did they ever fix the issue with Hull C loading? Anybody know? With it, like it telling you that you need to come to a stop. Tech art is currently finalizing the highly anticipated spindle deploy and retract animations. The Drake Ironclad Assault, and Command Module each passed their grey box gate reviews. The team then moved on to Lot Zero tasks. Dude! Quickly progressing thanks to the time invested during White Box on the modular kit. How much of the Hull B works the same though? I mean, I'm just specifically asking about the Hull C, right? Because I want to be able to use the Hull C, but it's just never worked. Once I've managed to get it to load. Once. I don't mean like multiple, just one game session. I mean, once in a game session, I managed to load. BB, thank you for the, thank you for the resub, dude. Thank you. Only had it working on PT. Yeah, that's been my experience as well, dude. I've had it work once in live, and even that once, it was a nightmare to try and get it working. 3 unannounced vehicles progressed too. The first is approaching its grey box gate review, while the second passed grey box following minor functionality requests from the director. The third passed its white box review, though it is currently receiving tweaks to the layout before grey box. In North America, an unannounced ship passed its white box gate review with the team taking feedback regarding some of the interactions with the element. You know what I miss? I miss what every time I found a typo, I would just message Jake and I'd be like, yo, there's a typo by here. And then he'd fix it like immediately, dude. I miss Jake, dude. I was thinking about this the other day, how much I miss Jake. He was such an asset to CIG and it absolutely sucks that he's gone. Finally, the Drake Kraken had its white box review rescheduled to early March after further concept time resolved areas that didn't hit current standards. The team also reviewed traversal throughout the ship. It's just nice to hear them talking about the Kraken, dude. Following this, they removed and reduced the scale of some of the rooms that offered no benefit to players without compromising the scale of the interior hero rooms like engineering. The ship remains on track for its planned release next year. Just 2 more years. Just 2 more years, dude. Cargo variant that has cargo pods that come out the sides. The get out of your seat trick. Yeah, that didn't work for me. I even had XLB from the who's the player experience team lead in chat recommending things not available in my region. Oh, dude, I'm from the UK. We're not allowed access to the internet. Sorry, dude. Core gameplay. As seen by Evocati players during recent tech previews, the core gameplay team made solid progress on the inventory rework. Final polish and bug fixes are underway as the team prepares it for release. I'll be honest with you. I was look, I'm sure that this is going to be a very unpopular opinion amongst Evocati, but I was really underwhelmed by the inventory rework. But to be fair, I only tried it twice. And it was obviously buggy because it's Evocati. But yeah. But I'm sure other people will love it. I don't know. I just have very high standards. Capital Ship Services progressed well too, and will be delivered to downstream teams soon. The team's focus was also on the social features demonstrated during CitizenCon 2954. The user experience of the new inventory is bad. Thank you. Imager doesn't work in the UK, no. Economy. The economy team spent part of February tracking exploits, in particular those that resulted in item duplication or large quantities of alpha UEC being generated. While many loopholes have been closed, further patches will be introduced in Alpha 4.7. Following this, the devs will create additional guardrails and monitoring systems to lessen the impact of illicit alpha UEC on the wider game economy. The problem is there are so many people with such huge sums of money, all right, that it has caused huge levels of inflation. And simply just closing the exploits doesn't necessarily get rid of that inflation. All right. We're talking about individuals with trillions of UEC, right? It's insane. Economy also undertook additional balancing and adjustments to commodity pricing and trade routes while laying the groundwork for future systems such as item recovery and crafting. We're glad to see the positive community response to the Clear the Air live event. We're currently working on upcoming mission balancing and rewards, while also looking back at our past content and performing an additional pass on Wicklow related content. Wicklow is completely busted right now, right? Also, the Clear the Air event, this is the one I've done, right? Like, there isn't another... It's wait, no. Wait, where'd it go? Is this one, right? Is it this one? Or is it a different event? Is there a new phase of it or something? Have I missed something? That one? Okay. So I haven't missed anything. Mission design. In February, the devs continued to work on the Alpha 4.7 mission pack, which adds more content to Nyx and revives the courier missions that have been waiting for a refactor since Alpha 4.0. These missions also have small design changes. For example, courier missions now range from one-handed items to two-handed boxes. Delivery missions range from 1 SCU box to 6 times 1 SCU boxes, and hauling begins from 6 SCU upwards. Defend ship missions also received an update, allowing the team to accurately track the health of the ship. This will prevent the ship from appearing at almost full health before dying. Ship wave missions have been expanded to other contractors outside of Gilly, including a variation that ends with a large ship boss. This is awesome to see that they're working on ship combat missions, because Elliot, man, I've given Elliot so much grief over the years for the lack of ship combat missions, and I really appreciate the work they've been putting in. But for the love of God, please, CIG, fix the ship teleporting issue. Please. We've had to put up with it for I've lost track of time now. How long has it been? Like 6 months, 9 months? Like, it's been insane how long the ships have been teleporting. It's been like maybe 5 months, something like that. Right. It's been insane. It's been so bad. And it makes ship combat, whether you're fighting NPCs or players, incredibly frustrating. Like, dude, it kills my concentration, dude. Like, when you're in a dogfight, especially with a player, right? The level of concentration that goes into that is insane. But then when you're constantly having to readjust your crosshair into the pip, it's soul destroying. In February, the narrative team focused their efforts on Alpha 4.7, which will expand the content available in Nyx. This involved extensive work on the new locations, including QV Breaker Stations, home of the Rockcracker mission. And I am really looking forward to that mission. And the People's Service Stations, which are the new refueling centers operated by the People's Alliance. These new locations require signage, environmental storytelling, public address audio, and missions that will utilize the spaces. Simultaneously, the team worked with design to craft dozens of additional new contracts to greatly expand the options that will be available to players in the system. Looking ahead, the team wrote scripts and completed a capture session for a variety of new NPCs. This work is related to an upcoming gameplay loop that will be released later this year and includes a new faction representative. The session also involved additional content for the Tactical Strike Group mission featured at last year's SitCon. I cannot wait for that, dude. Courier makes me want to backpack harness for box Death. Dude, I still need to finish Death Stranding. I was thinking about this the other day. I should download it and get it finished. Narrative also wrote a script for a new story mission that will be an important step toward establishing the pipeline needed for delivering the 1.0 main story content to players. I really hope that the 1.0 main story isn't a one and done. I hope it's a little bit more like what's the Robot Space Ninjas game? What's it called? Oh, bro. Why can I not remember? Robot Space Ninjas. Help, chat. Warframe. I kind of hope it's like Warframe that has like this story that they just keep adding to. Yeah, I'm not playing Death Stranding 2 until I've completed the first game. Finally, the team has been developing a storyline that will be introduced in a future release that will see players face down an interesting new faction. Online technology. In February, the network team focused on improving stability and reliability across hybrid/DGS, resolving several high-impact crashes, watchdog timeouts, and replication errors. The team advanced integration of the new SCP network stack into patch branches, addressing build issues and conflicts, and continued QDSM V1/V2 development and testing to improve dynamic service scaling. Alongside this, the team implemented authority/replication improvements, refactored streaming bind-unbind logic, and enhanced observability with new engine metrics. Moreover, support was provided for item imprint development and mission markers. Finally, the team also provided support for bootstrap and developer workflow issues. Following last year's internal demo of item recovery T1, the online services team prepared for a feature-complete internal demo and finalized the remaining work in preparation for its upcoming release. Internal work was done on how the long-term database works with the intention of improving its speed. Dude, it's abysmally slow. Alongside members of core gameplay, online services planned for the social features as mentioned above. Instancing is entering its final stage of technical work before being passed down to downstream teams. Following the Bootstrap user survey, the Live Tools team conducted user interviews to better understand pain points and prioritize improvements to stability and performance. The Panic Switch error reporting tool saw active improvements in February with new deployment updates, better access management, and a more consistent user interface across the application. Live Tools continue to modernize the Hex game dashboard with the new architecture now in active development. R&D in February, work on the improved ground fog. Oh, dude, this is going to look amazing. Ground fog continued. Dissipation model was implemented to simulate fog behavior during a full day-night cycle. Elsewhere, A memory corruption in the engine's internal name table code was identified. This led to a rewrite of the name table code and related functionality, which now provides a thread-safe and significantly more efficient implementation. VFX. In February, the VFX team focused heavily on supporting Alpha 4.7, contributing to the development of new locations, creatures, props, and vehicles as additional deliverables for Nyx came online. For example, one of the major points of interest for 4.7 received extensive fine-tuning, resulting in a significantly improved final look. Creatures for Nyx also received a dedicated VFX pass to ensure the visuals are up to date and properly integrated into the new environments. In addition, the team helped bring several upcoming vehicles to life. Oy. I still haven't started. I still have not played World of Warcraft Midnight, by the way. I've been waiting for Jack. Jack's obviously got a job, right? We were supposed to play last night, and he hadn't updated his game. So, and I had to go to bed. So we're going to play tonight. I'm looking forward. Nice. That was a nice monthly report. Dude, I might call it there for Star. Dude, I'm not in the mood for Star Citizen, dude. Like the whole time I'm just sat here like I don't know what to do. I'm bored. Maybe once a new patch is out. Yeah, we'll draw the giveaway here. And then I might take a look at Iran. Why did I say like an American dude? Iran stuff. All right. So make sure if you're not entered in the giveaway, you get entered now. And make sure you use up. I was about to say use up all your points. We're not using that bot anymore. Tom's giveaway bot. I can't remember what I've got to give away next month, actually. I do have something. I can't remember what it is, though. Bear with me a moment. Dude, I need to repot my Peace Lily, dude. It's like, it's separated into like 3 different plants in there, and I need to separate them. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, moth next then. Jesus Christ, dude. Perosi, bro. Why have you not gambled and lost all your tickets? I'll give you a minute to lose all your tickets. I'll give you like 30 seconds. Guys, if you want to quickly gamble to catch up with Perosi, I'm giving you like 30 seconds, all right? Yeah, the submarine torpedo hit was insane, dude. Oh, there we go. Valhalla just won more tickets for the giveaway. Yuzen just won more tickets for the giveaway. Icy Jones. Oh wait, no. Sorry. I'm misreading. I thought people were gambling. Damn. Why are you all such a bunch of pussies? Gamble, dude. Come on, let's go. Yeah, more gambles. Let's go. Come on. What have you got? Look, if you've got below 10,000 tickets, what have you got to lose? You might as well just gamble all, right? Oh, dude, people are moving up and down. Look at this shit, dude. Alexa's just moved up 38 places, bro. Come on. Wait, where'd you all go? Wait, hang on. Oh, wait, it just updated again. Dude, I never realized it updated live like that. That's crazy. Tom is so talented. What a handsome man, dude. Mother of God. Yeah, it's gamble tickets, not just gamble. Exclamation mark gamble tickets. All. Yeah. Oh, is it new? Dude, that's awesome. I need people to gamble all so I can actually see it working. Oh yeah, there we go. See, Marcus just moved up 11. See, Marcus is brave. I love this. Star-Lord, you don't have enough. You can't gamble what you don't have, dude. Come on. Just do gamble all. Oh, no. Dragon just lost 50. Oh, dude. Okay, everyone's. Oh, dude. Joe just went up 20 places. Dude, this is awesome, bro. Love this. There we go. Now Dragon's winning. HMS Conqueror lost its unique status, the only nuclear submarine to engage a target with torpedoes. Oh, that was, whatchamacallit, during the Falkland War, right? Shit, what was it called? Sorry, it was such an insignificant event in British history that I can't even remember what the ship was called. The Belgrano, yeah. The Belgrano. That's it. All right. I'm ending it. All right, here we go, champs. What do you have the minimum tickets for eligibility set to? Whatever the default is, dude. The winner is Vesmu, dude. Let's go. Is Vesmu here? Vesmu? Vesmu? Well, at least somebody won who actually like hangs out and has been around forever. That's awesome. All right. Let me message Vesmu now before I forget, because I'm really bad at forgetting. Vesmu. Yo, you won giveaway. Give RSI handle and email, please. Thank you. All right, that was awesome. Awesome. All right. I'm gonna leave that there for now until Vesmu gets back to me, just in case. And yeah, let me update my dashboards. For those of you watching on YouTube, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna end it there. We're gonna cover the Iran conflict, so if that's something you guys are interested in, get over to my Kick or Twitch. But for now, YouTube, thanks for hanging out. Goodbye, everybody. And